Hello and welcome to another RPA tutorial video. In this video, I'm going to teach you about config file. So here I will show you how you can create a configuration file and the same you can use in your RPA projects. So I will show you how you can create and same you can use along with your taskbot. Okay. So before start the discussion, those who are very new or the first time visited to this channel, so please note that I'm using this channel to create videos based on RPA using Automation Anywhere and the EY path. So in case if you're looking for RPA related videos, I would request you to kindly go to this video description section. So there you will get the details of my previous videos. Another thing is, guys, in case if you're looking for a RPA project development or RPA project supports or complete training, then you can contact us in the mentioned mail ID, which is rpa.developers1@gmail.com. All right, so let's start the discussion. So here I'm going to show you you can create configuration file in two ways. So we will use XML file and the notepad. So in first part I will show you how you can create config file using the simple XML file. So you might have questions like, why do you need configuration file and what is the use of that configuration file? So I will show you and I'll explain you what is the benefit of using the configuration file. All right. So those who are like having experience into the RPA platform, so you may aware in case if you're developing a bot, so you have to keep in mind the details folder structure or folder path or the email address or the user ID. It may change from environment to environment. So let's say you have developed a bot using dev system. So there you might have access to a dev folder or the email ID, right? Or the username for the accessing the dev environment. So probably once you move your bot from staging or the prod environment, so these details will change. These details might change. Okay, so let's start. I will show you how you can use a simple configuration file. Okay, so let me go to the Automation Anywhere. So let me go to the folder. So here I have already created a sample config file. So what you have to do, you can write this code in a notepad as well, and you can save the extension as xml.xml. Okay, so the scenario is I'm going to create a task where my bot is going to fill the user ID and password. Okay, so the user ID and password which I'm going to use, that I'm going to use in the configuration file. Okay, so all right, so this is the link. So what you have to do first, you have to start like this. Okay, config, and you have to close. So this name you can put as per your wish. And after that, I'm putting a variable name. Okay, so v web link, and I'm given the path. So similarly, I have given the username this. Okay, and the I have assigned the value to the variable username. So now let's say I'm going to put a value for the password. So I will put here as a password, and I'm putting a password. So something like test at the rate 123. Okay. So now how we can use this information in the bot. Okay. So let me go to the Automation Anywhere. So we will create a same variable. Okay. So I will go here. I will go to the variable manager and I will create the variable. So no need to put anything. Keep this variable as blank. Okay. So we will do the same thing for the username and the password. So I have created the required variables. Now, so what you have to do, if you once you open the XML command, so you'll get this many options. Okay, so here we will use only three options like start XML, okay, get single nodes, okay, which is there inside this nodes. Okay, and after that we will close the XML. Okay, so here what I have did, like I kept this XML file in this share folder. So start XML, you can put the session name as per your wish. So here I have selected that path. Okay, then I'm using a node, right, to get the nodes. So within this options you'll have a single node or multiple node. So currently I'm using this single node to get the data. Okay, so here I have given the config, and here I will change this to Let me delete this and I will put that my variable is web link. So it will display in a message box. I mean, I will show you how you can assign or display in the message box here. So I want to assign the value into the web link variable. I click here. Okay. The same thing I'm going to use for the username and the password. So I think okay, no need to put variable here. Only you have to put a value. Okay, so no need to put a dollar sign. So here we will put v username and we will assign the same into the username. Now I'll do the same for the password. Okay, we are good. So let me use a message box to check whether we are getting the required values or not. So first, let me put the web link. Then I'm using username and then the password. So let me run this code to verify whether it is working fine or not. Okay, so we are getting the required value here. Okay. So now I will show you how you can use the same thing in the web-based applications. Okay, so let me go to the automation anywhere. So here I will use object cloning to clone the value for the username and the password. So here I will select this login Salesforce and I will capture this field. Okay, so here I'm going to put a set text and I will put the variable called username. And let's put some delay if you want, like 10 milliseconds. Next is I want to put down the password. Okay, so I will do the same thing again. So here I will put the v password and I will click on save. So once I run this, so it will read all the value from the configuration file and it will write here into the message box. Okay. So let me keep this here. Now let's, before running this code, let me talk about some information, some valuable information, which is, so let's say, like, as I said, like, in case if your username is getting changed or if you're putting your hard coded value here in the code, so once your code will move from one stage to another stage, then code changes is needed. So if you keep this information is configuration file, so no need to make any changes. So let me quickly run this and we'll talk about other informations. Okay, so we are reading this value. Now my bot is going to the Salesforce and right. So you can see. So in, let's say if your user ID is getting changed. So for example, currently I'm having 1, I'm keeping as 10. Okay. So if I run this, so it will automatically read the value from the config file and it will put the updated value itself. Okay. So now let me show you another example. So here is a file in my folder. So this is my mortgage data.csv. So I'm having a file. Okay. So I want to open this file using the configuration file. So how I'm going to use this? Okay. So same thing again, you have to go to the config file. Okay. So you have to create the values. So I will copy the same. Will paste here. Here I will put like something like path and I will put the entire file name here. Okay, now we will put another information which is the file name. Okay, so your file name may also change as per your process. Okay, so I will put here as v file name. So I'm going here. I'm copying this. If you want to include the your extension, so that also you can do it. So to demonstrate you, I'm keeping the extension as well. Okay, and here I'm putting a file name. Okay, save it. So I'm closing this. Now I'm going to the automation anywhere, and here I will use a command called Excel. Okay, so I'm going to use Excel to open that CSV file, and here instead of putting the hard-coded path, I will use a variable for. Okay, first I have to create the variable here, right? So it will be like the path file name. Okay, I'll keep this variable as null. Okay, now the same thing I have to use for this variable. So here I will go and instead of password I will use vpath, and I will assign the value to the variable called vpath. Same thing for the file name. Okay, all right, so we are done with this part. Now I will use the Excel command. Okay, and there I will put the vpath. Okay, I will put a slash and v file name. Okay, so it will open the file. So once I run this code, so what it will do, it will open the Excel file. Okay, so let me disable this. So let me save and run this code. Okay, so now let me show you one more example. So let's say if your file name is getting changed, okay, something like mortgage data new, right? So if you go ahead and make these changes in the configuration file, your bot will not fail. So if I run this code again, so my bot will fail because my bot is looking for a name which I have given in the configuration file. So it is going to throw a error, right? So you can see it could not find the file name. So you have to make the minimum changes. Okay, in the file name, put like underscore new, whatever I have given. So once you run this, so it will open the same file. So this is like, one of the advantage of using this configuration file, and this is mandatory to use the configuration file if you're developing something. So before start your development, make sure you are creating your proper configuration file and you are putting all the required variable or the information inside the configuration file itself. So in my upcoming video, I will show you how you can create a configuration file using the notepad. Okay, so by using the notepad also you can create the same thing. Okay, so that will be more easy. So there, like I will demonstrate how you can create the same thing using the notepad. So that's all from today's video, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you find this video tutorial helpful, and in case if you have any questions or suggestions, so kindly go ahead and post in a comment section. So, and another request is like please subscribe this channel and share this video with others who are interested to learn RPA. Okay, so thank you so much guys for your time.